How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the Z-52, the German legendary tier destroyer. It's been a hot minute since I last played this thing. It was one of those ships that when you played it, I mean, kind of like the Gdansk is now, where it's kind of ridiculously good. I mean, OP, I guess you could say, and then you just simply, I guess, don't find it that fun anymore. But yeah, we decided to take Z-52 out again because it has definitely been a very long time. This match does have an enemy Gdansk on the other team, so that is something that we do need to worry about. Cap starts getting contested, and we do find an enemy Shimakaze. We load AP for this engagement because, I mean, Z-52 HE is actually pretty tragic, and well, DPM with AP when we were getting full pens was pretty nasty, and well, unfortunately we made a potential miscalculation here where we actually don't chase that Shima, but at the same time, if we were chasing Shima and firing, there is an enemy battleship that is behind the islands at B, and we're not really sure what it is. And then on top of that, enemy gearing also gets spotted here, so that's kind of an issue. If we were to chase the Shima, we would have been spotted by the gearing, shot at by that Yamato, going for the furthest islands on the map, whatever battleship is at B, Shimakaze, and this gearing, we probably would have been gunned down pretty quickly. Gearing does decide to start smoking up, and well, we have a pretty good opportunity to push in. Enemy battleship at B also has reversed into a position where we're not actually going to get spotted, so now in hindsight we probably could have gotten away with chasing the Shima, as we would have finished him off pretty quickly, and then as soon as we started having to engage the gearing, we could have just simply smoked up and then used our smoke and sonar combo to simply get rid of him, or if he decided to smoke up and try to run away, then we just simply chase him, never really getting spotted, and also kill him off. But at this point, there is a Yamato at the back corner. I'm still trying to sail through the smoke to see if the Shima stuck around or not, as it is pointing in the direction of the Shima, although it does flip to the right, so we know he's kind of running away. This Yamato is just simply sitting at the furthest island, and at this point we kind of have a decent opportunity to use the gearing smoke against them, but also I do kind of want to make sure that the Shima isn't just barely outside of the smoke, and then I kind of want to make sure that I can farm safely without being torpedoed. We land a torp on the enemy Schlieffen. We are going to need to be careful, although considering we do have some friendly battleships that are basically right next to B, if that Schlieffen decided that he wanted to try and YOLO me in this smoke, then I could just simply start getting ready to leave, and I mean Schlieffen would probably still be broadside to all of our battleships and spawn, and possibly could die before he reaches my smoke. So I guess there is that. Schlieffen getting absolutely farmed by Ichi. He's losing a lot of his health. Man, it's a real tragedy to see how bad Schlieffen is now. Like, regardless of him trying to sit behind an island, Schlieffen just, I mean, it's not like it had that much HP to begin with. The armor, it's not like it has turtleback either. But yeah, Schlieffen, pretty tragic. This Yamato, I'm honestly not really sure what he's doing. He's just sitting at that island. So I'm kind of hoping he's just going to start pushing in, because I mean, I'm not really sure what he can reach from this island that's all the way in the corner. But yeah, honestly, I probably wasted a little too much time just waiting here. Could have probably just easily just sailed towards the Schlieffen and the other Yamato that's running away. But being where we are, I mean, we're keeping everything spotted, so I guess that kind of works out for us. Enemy Yamato, I guess it turns out he actually beached, or he was just sitting behind that island, and now he's trying to go forward again, making me second guess that I could possibly torpedo this guy. But yeah, I don't know. Dude's not in the fleet, maybe for a good reason, and he does start slowing down once he gets to that island. So we do know that he is trying to hide at those islands. I just simply dump these torps, thinking that he's going to either reverse or go through the islands at some point, and now I just start farming this Yamato that is currently broadside, as he doesn't have a whole lot of HP and his guns still have to turn. We're a decent amount of distance away that I think we can dodge fairly decently, And well, we slam on the brakes, and Yamato ends up dying to our teammates. He lands a couple shells, but it's not the end of the world. Enemy Yamato that's at the island does take a pot shot, but he just gets splash damage and really doesn't do anything. And then as soon as he gets set on fire, he ducks for the island to not take damage again. And at this point, it's just a waste of time to just sit here and wait for that Yamato. So hopefully our team that's on the border can push him out and doesn't die to him, hopefully. But yeah, now it's time to just push into B. We're gonna get our sonar back. We still have smoke, so we can sort of engage a Gdansk if we need to, as Gdansk is still alive. We do need to worry about the other Shima though. We still have no idea where he went. We haven't seen any torpedoes, so I'm kind of assuming that the Shima has like ran away to the other flank, and now he has basically did the around the world in 80-day thing, and now he's somewhere in our spawn on Seaside. We get spotted while trying to farm the Schlieffen. We do need to be careful here. It might have been a mistake to start shooting the Schlieffen, because while we get spotted, we do give the Schlieffen an idea of where he is, or of rather where we are. And now that Schlieffen does know where we are, Schlieffen does have 8-kilometer torpedoes, and an intelligent Schlieffen player probably would dump torps behind him and possibly catch whatever DD that just went unspotted is, especially if they're trying to play the objective like we are. So we do have to pop our sonar rather quickly, just so we don't accidentally eat any torpedoes, especially because Gdansk is super low. The last thing we really want is to have basically 0 HP and then have to deal with a Gdansk that is also on 0 HP, where he then has an advantage by just simply having more damage per shell and basically out DPMs us from no HP. As we assumed, Schlieffen did launch torps at us, and well, they do show up. We catch them on sonar. We go unspotted because we ducked for the island, so we could try to go unspotted and push back towards these destroyers. Gdansk dumping torps perfectly where we are. Good thing we have sonar, because we can just simply take our time and dodge these torpedoes and not eat them. Good thing we're also on the left side, as those 2 torps on the right kind of stacked pretty close to each other, and that would not have been a very good gap to try and dodge. Not really sure where this enemy Worcester is, but the indicator does turn towards the Schlieffen, so it's possible that he or the Worcester are somewhere over there. And then all of a sudden, knowing that Schlieffen is relatively close, flips in front of us. So we also do know that one of the enemy destroyers are somewhere right in front of us, and we do in fact find this enemy Gdansk. We start smoking up and start turning away from the ships that are behind us to go unspotted, but then we realize that we are still in fact spotted, so the Shima is somewhere in front of us. None of the other ships that's currently behind our smoke can actually spot us right now. So it is the Shima, and he is basically located by us now. So after we got him to run away from A, he ran all the way to the border, on the north border, then ran to C, and then now he's on the south border. So he's basically just been on a cruise sightseeing, as I don't think he's dev struck anything with his torpedoes. And yeah, now it's our job to kind of go and chase him. We ping where he is for our friendly battleship that's full HP and spawn, because you know for a fact that's exactly what Shima's trying to do. He wasn't trying to help the Gdansk fight a Z-52 that was very healthy. He is trying to run for his life and torp full HP battleships. So unfortunately for us, instead of going and farming a conch, we have to go and chase this enemy Shimakaze. But I guess it is our fault because we did let him get away. Pinging where he was, our Yamato was able to dodge torpedoes, which is great. And as we chase the Shima, we'll just keep launching torpedoes at the enemy conch. And well, I mean, I guess at least this way we can kind of farm. It's not like we have smoke, so we can't really farm with our guns anyway. I guess we could have sat in the smoke that we laid, but if we didn't start chasing the Shima and putting pressure on him, this Yamato probably would have died. More torps showing up. Our Yamato still doing a pretty good job of dodging. This Shima, I still don't think landed any torpedoes. He's just been sailing around, and I mean, he's doing his best, I guess, but obviously he's struggling extremely badly. We land one torpedo on the conch. We start a flood, but he damage cons it instantly. I'm kind of hoping for whatever reason he turns to use all his guns on this Yamato, and then maybe he eats some torpedoes. Yamato behind me. Torps almost hit me just because he's trying to torp the Yamato, and we don't have sonar, so that is kind of one of the more dangerous things that you have to worry about. Shima now ending up behind our Yamato, not exactly where you want to be in a destroyer. You don't want to be torping from behind, so I'm assuming he's going to try and stalk him as close as he can. So we're just going to put ourselves now in between the Yamato and the Shimakaze. We end up getting spotted, so we know he is very close. I mean, our detection isn't that bad that we're outspotted really badly. And the Shima dumps more torps. For whatever reason, there's a fat gap. That's kind of funny. But we're just going to keep charging at the Shima. Seems like he's been launching one rack of torps at a time, so that could honestly be a pretty big issue. Shima gets spotted. We finish him off with our guns. I assume he was going to try to torp me, but I mean, as Shimas do, he actually tried to torp the Yamato, which is kind of funny. It truly was a Shima just trying to torp full HP battleships. And then that set also had a fat gap in it, which is also really funny. But yeah, we were able to finish off, what, 3 destroyers? 4 destroyers? 3. I think one of them died on the other side. But yeah, I mean, we were able to kind of bully the objectives. I think it would have been a little more interesting to see what would have happened if we had to fight a Gdansk at the start rather than a Gdansk at the end that lost all his HP. Not really sure what he lost his HP to, but he did lose his HP, and I guess that made our job a little easier. But yeah, Z-52, I mean, still capable of being a cap contesting bully. Kind of just have to be lucky that there's no Gdansk though. I feel like if it was Gdansk, it probably would have been suffering. We would have had to just full send into Gdansk's radar and smoke, and then, or well, maybe actually on this map we could have possibly ducked for island cover, and our sonar does last longer than Gdansk's radar, so maybe there is that chance, I guess. But if it was out in the open, I think Z-52 has no chance. But we do a pretty good job of contesting all these caps. We have sort of a weird build just because we still use Bay for stuff like Schultz and Elbing, I guess. So we can't fully build into, I guess, what we kind of would have rather have built into. But also Scirocco is actually a pretty decent inspiration just because it does reload and turret traverse. And where you would need turret traverse for some destroyers, having that bonus reload is very nice. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more and share with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. But anyway guys, till next time, aloha.